Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax and Nagel podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:35. And AC/DC with Bax and Nagel and Rock 102.
Gonna see some thunder boom booms today with a high of 76. Tomorrow, a little bit of rain with a high of 83. It's 63 in downtown Springfield.
Man, what a show today. Remember yesterday we gave away Dwayne Betts tickets?
Yeah.
To the Hope Center in Springfield? We're doing that again today.
Really?
Yes. As if one set of tickets wasn't going to be enough for you, now we're going to blow your minds with another set.
This is why we're number 2.
Or number 1, depending on which book you're looking at.
Well, I mean, I saw a display yesterday where we are in the dust.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And lots of great stuff on some community forums that we need to get to this morning.
Perfect. 5:36 at Bax and Nagel on Rock 102. Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:49 and you too at Bax and Nagel on Rock 102.
It is going to be thunder boom booms today.
Oh my God! I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Hey, this is how you get to number 1, okay?
No, it's actually not.
Are you? I was told by the person years ago that would make you a star.
And I've told the story before. That guy that trained you, I trained, and I never told him to say that. He got bad advice from a bad source.
Well, I guess...
what's that guy ever done with his career?
That's a trending thing. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 83. It's 63 in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagel's Hollywood Trash.
All right, let's see what we got here in the trash. Oh, man. A man attending a Morgan Wallen concert in Baltimore accused another concertgoer of urinating on him and his family during the show.
It was the best part of the show.
I thought that's what happens at a Morgan Wallen concert. It's called the Water Sports Tour 2026. The man claimed that the incident occurred when the accused individual exposed himself and urinated, splashing the family in the process.
He's lucky that's all it was.
The Maryland Transportation Authority police are investigating the incident, which was captured on video and shared on social media. I don't know if I want to see that. The man involved in the incident alleged that the accused individual was disruptive and eventually urinated on them, prompting a confrontation. Wallen, who is currently on tour, previously canceled the show in Pittsburgh due to forecasted severe weather conditions.
Steve, I believe it's pronounced Pittsburgh.
Have you ever been there?
No.
Have you ever been to a Morgan Wallen concert in Pittsburgh?
No.
Makes you want to do it. Say
you know
it.
what the incredible part about this story is?
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, back when you had, like, say, Woodstock, they didn't have porta potties available for anybody. They had 150,000 people in a field. And if you moved your seat, you lost it. So you couldn't just go to the bathroom. You couldn't go to the concession area. If you moved, you were screwed. So you did what you had. You did what this guy did. And you didn't leave, and you didn't complain, because everybody was doing it.
I would have to imagine that there wasn't somebody doing it on somebody versus, okay, well, I'm just going right here in this little spot. It's your fault if you step in it kind of thing. And they didn't care. They were rolling. You remember, you see the mud slides? Remember the mud slides? They were doing like a little slip and slide in the mud in Woodstock out there.
The difference is, obviously, a Morgan Wallen show would never be something you would expect out of this, but 3 days of peace and love. It didn't start off as peace.
Pee and love.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
And they had to change it for marketing reasons.
Well, who's gonna want to go to something like that if you're
who's gonna want to see the film or buy the triple album?
I mean, Woodstock 99. Now that was the one. That was a hot one.
But they had porta potties set up.
which were overflowing eventually. Yeah,
sure.
And then people were doing the mud pit, mosh pit, whatever. So gross. That's why I just stay home and watch the documentary on TV years later.
Probably for the best.
Tom Brady's staged confrontation with Logan Paul at Fanatics Fest has fueled speculation he's headed to the WWE. I knew the thing was fake as soon as I saw it. I'm like, there's no way this guy is, pointing fingers at Tom Brady in some sort of altercation.
Oh, you don't know that. I mean, if you took that stance, then you could say like everything in the WWE is contrived and scripted, and we clearly know that's not true.
Yeah, like remember I go back to that go-to where those two guys were fighting over custody of a child with the custody papers hanging in the middle of the ring.
Right.
Just like every family court settles its differences.
Hey, I have seen worse.
Yeah? Like what?
I'm not allowed to say during because of the gag order.
Listen, the antics that happened in Salem on Days of Our Lives were more believable than what happens at the WWE.
Think that way, Steve. Think that way. Go ahead.
The two continued the act at the FIFA World Cup final, exchanging middle fingers in another apparent publicity stunt. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy blasted Brady, saying he's lamifying his legacy by getting involved in stunts with Logan Paul and Fanatics founder Michael Rubin. I kind of agree with that because it's like, why do you need to do this?
He doesn't need to do anything.
He doesn't. He's already well-respected and well-loved. He doesn't need to go do dumb stunts with a YouTuber.
Listen, just doing color commentary during football games is about as much as he should be stretching out.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nothing else to do.
This was the guy that fought Mike Tyson, right? Wasn't that the?
Was it Logan or Jake Paul?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because they're brothers.
I don't know the sibling differences. I think you're right. It was Jake Paul was the other one.
Yes.
So you have an entire family full of douches.
Believe it or not, it happens.
Other critics question why Brady is leaning into wrestling-style storylines after retiring from football. Well, I mean, he can do whatever he wants, I guess, but it just seems kind
of... This ultimately won't have any effect on his legacy. It's just it's in the short term. Nobody really wants to see this happen.
Brenda Fricker is dead, by the way.
You don't say.
She was beloved by millions as the Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2.
That was going to be my second question.
She died at the age of 81. Fricker won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for My Left Foot in 1990. She also appeared in films including A Time to Kill and So I Married an Axe Murderer. Her acting career spanned more than 6 decades, and she continued working through 2024. However, she is only remembered as the Pigeon Lady from Home Alone 2.
Way to be typecast.
Let's see. A federal judge has temporarily paused the proposed merger between Paramount and Warner Brothers. A coalition of 12 states argues the deal would reduce competition, leading to higher prices and fewer movies and TV shows. The judge issued a 14-day restraining order while the court considers whether to block the merger. A hearing on the longer-term injunction is scheduled for August 3rd. Because, that's what we need is higher-priced, overpriced streaming services. And
you know what? The more consolidation we have, the better we are as a country.
That's right.
That's what we were told many years ago. Look how that turned out.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Kim Kardashian is in the latest issue of Sports Illustrated.
Really?
Yeah. She's in her bathing suit, soaking wet.
Well, she must have something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I was soaking wet was when Ray J casted his trawler and snagged my drooling tuna in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95. Did you ever have the drooling tuna?
No, I try to order drier tuna. Caitlin?
Drooling tuna's the best. Well, I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once did the pop and lock on the slushy kitty. A little rusty trombone action.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I enjoyed a fine breakfast of scrambled eggs between the legs. No ketchup, thank you.
That's a grand slam breakfast if I ever saw it.
Oh, Denny's never seen the likes of your mother and I, Kim. And that's your Hollywood trash on Rock 102. Ugh!
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, tonight the Boston Red Sox can do something that no other Red Sox team has done in 80 years. Tonight, the Red Sox have an opportunity to match the longest winning streak in team history, a record that has been in place since 1946, when my father was a 3-year-old boy. Last night, as you may know, the Red Sox third baseman Caleb Durbin smashed a tie-breaking home run in the 8th inning to pretty much seal the deal on the team's 14th straight win, beating the Baltimore Orioles with a final score of 6-5. By doing this, the Red Sox not only won their 14th game in a row, they also ended Baltimore's winning streak at 7 games. Can you believe that? 24 hours ago, the Orioles were coming into Fenway thinking, hey, we're a pretty hot baseball team. After all, the Red Sox were once on a 7-game winning streak, too. Of course, that was 7 games ago. Next thing you know, all that cockiness, all that momentum, all that confidence ripped right out of you. And all of a sudden, a kid who just a month ago was batting it with an average of 190 belts a game-winning home run right over your sad and disbelieving faces. Man, that had to sting. Thankfully, they'll meet up again today as the Red Sox shoot for the franchise record of 15 wins in a row, which I cannot stress enough has not happened since Carl Yastrzemski was a 6-year-old boy. Now again, the problem with any winning streak is that the longer it goes on, the less likely it is to continue. Not that I ever want it to end, but the Red Sox are 99 games into a 162-game schedule. That means they have 63 games left to go. The likelihood of this team running a 78-game winning streak is not all that great. So if they lose, keep in mind that they were 32-46 when the streak began. Today, they're 3 games over 500, 6 games out of first place with the 5th best record in the American League. That, my friends, by any stretch of the imagination, is a freaking miracle. And I, for one, would be delighted to see it continue for another 63 games. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Thank goodness for outdoor power. Mowers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. And thank goodness for guys like Mark of the South Hadley Rockies. Mark is a steel-trained outdoor power expert. Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, and an outdoor power expert like Mark at every Rocky's Ace Hardware location. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Thunder boom booms today with a high of 76. I like saying it. I'm sorry.
I know you do, and I don't know if you like saying it because you know it drives me crazy, or you like saying it because that's the way you were raised.
Like a fine young cannibal, I will drive you crazy all morning long. Because this is the Wacky Zoo Morning Show.
Hold on, let me get my seltzer bottle.
I don't even know where that came from. But anyway, it is 63 in downtown Springfield.
You know, I know we didn't have Fitzy yesterday, and we didn't get a chance to talk about that Red Sox winning streak. Mm-hmm. It's now at 14 games. It could hit 15 tonight, and that has not happened in 80 years.
And who told you way back 2.5 months ago what would happen?
Steve, nobody in their right minds would ever think in a million years that the Red Sox would find themselves facing a 15-game winning streak. A 15-game losing streak any day of the week. Winning streak, impossible.
But I told you that, once we get closer to the All-Star break, this whole thing is going to turn around. And it even exceeded my expectations. But I told you. What did I tell you? I told you. And when did I tell you?
A long time ago.
And what did I say what happened?
Exactly what just happened. Well, listen, I mean, I appreciate your optimism. I mean, you've always been a glowing ray of sunshine for as long as I've known you.
Yeah, well,
but I don't think anybody, including you, could have anticipated something this amazing. I mean, a 14-game winning streak is ridiculous.
It's record breaking, isn't it? What is it? 15 is the
15 is the franchise record, and they could match that tonight.
And that happened back in 2004.
No. 1946.
Why was I remembering something back in like 2005, maybe around circa that era, that they had maybe it was like only a 10-game streak or something?
Yeah, 10 game. You could laugh at a 10-game winning streak at this point. I mean, now they're at 14.
Well, look, I mean, things are looking up. Again, exceeded my expectations. I was just merely saying to you, and I was right, that things will turn around.
See,
and they did.
I wonder if it's about you being right or just you being contrary.
Oh, contrary.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
It means if I make a statement of any kind, true or untrue, your response would be the opposite of that, to create conflict. And the conflict would be there to show a clash of philosophy, which, of course, as you realize, is absolute ratings-grabbing gold when it comes to radio.
All right, then. Well, I guess, no.
So I think you were being contrary.
I'm not being contrary.
Oh, I think you are being contrary.
No, I am not.
I think you're being extraordinarily contrary.
No, Bax. I am not being contrary. I'm just being contrary.
Which is exactly what I just told you. And what did I just tell you?
Exactly what just happened.
And when did I tell you?
A long time ago. Well, I knew that you can't be in a slump for too long, and things would turn that frown upside down. And here you are. It's the middle of July, and things are going swimmingly.
Yeah. I saw a statistic that I thought was disturbing, and this is kind of why I thought that the chances of this turning around it was virtually impossible. Before this thing began, let me see if I can find this. Okay, so starting on June 25th, the Red Sox had a record of 32-46. Not good, okay? Of the 473 teams with a record of at least that bad through 78 games through the entire history of baseball, how many of those teams do you think made the playoffs?
I don't know.
None. Not one. Not one team in baseball's 9,000-year history since the baseball players walked out of the oceans after the earth cooled. No team that went 32-46 after 78 games made the playoffs. The Red Sox are 6 games behind, and they would be a wild card team if the season ended today.
I think they're going to do it.
I think they could make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But again, I don't want to get too cocky on July 21st. It's too early. And I've seen my hopes and dreams
too early. Season's
dissipate before my eyes.
It's half over. Season's half over.
I know there's plenty of baseball left to go. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to be the negative guy. I've never been a negative guy. I've always been a Red Sox fan.
But now you're becoming a negative guy because it's like muscle memory. Like, they're going to blow it at some point.
No, I'm not.
They're gonna collapse dramatically.
I'm not that kind of guy.
Because they've never done that before.
Yes, they have. They've done it multiple times.
Well, I'm just...
They've shattered my hopes and dreams countless times.
I'm happy for you.
These are wonderful days to be a Red Sox fan, I have to say. This is an extraordinary period of time.
Well, they couldn't possibly have continued charging the ticket prices they were charging for a team that was
32-46 after 78 games. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So then they're like, "Hey, we need to turn things around because there's no way we can justify this ridiculous ticket price for these ridiculous team members."
Prior to June 25th, you could not go to a game at Fenway without everybody in the crowd screaming to John Henry, "Sell the team." Here you are a month later, and everybody now wants John Henry to buy more.
You can't possibly buy more, could you?
John, buy more stuff.
They should.
Don't ever sell.
They really should be, maybe getting a different owner because with the ups and downs that they have.
Steve, I don't know if you've known this, but they're facing a 15-game winning streak possibly tonight. So now is not the time to sell. Now is the time to embrace your financial misfeasance.
hypothetically, what happens if they wind up getting a 15-game losing streak? Does then that turn around and everybody go, oh, my God, this is the worst thing that ever happened?
You are any kind of Red Sox fan at all, then you go right back to screaming and yelling that he should sell a team.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're here for.
I believe
you're here for the knee-jerk reactions, the instant gratification, and the broken dreams. That's what makes being a Red Sox fan so much fun.
I think the more I think about it, the more I realize that Red Sox fans are like suffering from Munchausen by proxy. There's always something here. You know, when things are good, they're good. But when they're bad, they're terrible.
And they're most often terrible.
And they have to suffer through these days of the trenches of losing streaks. And what'd you say, 37 and what was
it? It was 32 and 46 after 78 games.
Yeah, 32 and 46. But now, things are great.
Oh, things are rosy.
Yeah.
They're totally rosy. I've never been happier in my life. Well, I've been slightly happier in my life. But for a 15-game span, I've never been more satisfied in my life.
That was like you just said it like the Hawkman, like the happiest day, the happiest thing in your life.
Yeah, the thing that I dream about.
Right, but meaning like like Hawkman did the whole like, oh, my dream was to do stand-up comedy. I'm like, your dream should have been to walk up a flight of stairs. You're like, oh, this Red Sox team, nothing has ever made me happier. No, not your children, your second marriage.
Right, exactly. Right.
But you know what I mean? Like, those are other things to be happier for than to be.
Of course. I mean, obviously, those things are in a separate category. Right. Those things are untouchable. I mean, yes, the birth of my children was a great day. The day I got a free gift certificate for a car wash at the Golden Nozzle. Those are all great days. But when it comes to a Red Sox 15-game winning streak, I mean, now you're talking, you got to establish a whole new set of credentials, a whole new category.
I was offered this morning, if I buy 5 breakfast sandwiches at Cumberland Farms, I get the 6th one free.
You got to be real hungry.
I know.
To spend your money on 5 breakfast sandwiches.
It's all part of my rewards.
Now, are you bringing these to a family? Did you? I mean, what practical reason would there be for you to buy?
It's just the
5 to 6 sandwiches.
It's just the offer.
I see.
It's an alternative to tainted lettuce from Taco Bell.
See,
please come by.
If I went into a Cumberland Farms and I saw that deal, my thought would not be, "Ooh, I could get a free sandwich if I buy 5." My first thought would be, "Who the hell needs 5 breakfast sandwiches from a Cumberland Farms?"
Michael Phelps, remember when he used to train? He was eating 12,000 calories a day. He could eat those.
Is Joey Chestnut or Kobayashi going to pump their gas and then go inside and say, "Whoo, there's a real great special on breakfast sandwiches"?
I don't think Joey Chestnut would even fathom doing the Cumberland Farms breakfast sandwich one down.
I'll scarf 80 hot dogs in a single sitting, but 5 of those breakfast sandwiches?
I'd be standing there like Dan Aykroyd going, if I can get a dessert down, can you throw in some bibs and hats for the kids?
It's 6:22 on Rock 102.
Thanks, Bax. Worcester County authorities have found the body of a missing Warren man after an extensive 11-day search. Warren Fire Lieutenant Kyle Slidowski said Elliot Blackwell was found Sunday afternoon by a canine search and rescue team who was pronounced dead at the scene. Blackwell, who had dementia, was reported missing on July 8th after walking away from his home on Cutler Road. Officials say state, local, and volunteer search teams spent the past 11 days searching the area. The investigation is now being handled by the Worcester County District Attorney's Office. The former Russell Fire Chief Niles LaValle has died. According to the Russell Fire Department and Westfield firefighters, LaValle was a longtime member of the Westfield Fire Department, a former president of the union, and served as Russell's fire chief. Both departments praised his years of service and dedication to the communities he worked to protect. LaValle is survived by his wife and their 2-year-old son. Funeral arrangements have not yet been announced. It's a very, very sad thing for the community up in the hill towns up there. A portion of I-90 in Ludlow was closed following a bridge strike on the westbound side Monday morning. The Massachusetts Department of Transportation states that a portion of the westbound side at exit 54 was closed due to the bridge strike. The closure was in place for several hours while crews evaluated the structure for potential damage. In addition, the Mass State Police said that troopers were called at around 7:34 a.m. for a crash involving a tractor trailer and an SUV on the eastbound side in Sturbridge at the 79.6 mile marker. That the left and middle lanes were closed as first responders evaluated the occupants for injuries. The occupants of the SUV were taken to the hospital for minor injuries, but no word on what actually struck the bridge.
Yeah, was it the SUV or the truck?
I think that's two separate incidents. It says in addition to the troopers were called for a crash involving a tractor trailer and an SUV.
Did someone not see the bridge popping out of the road?
I don't understand how you don't ask what was, was it a wide load? Was it, was it somebody with the, the crane piece stuck up in the air? Or, ask questions. This happened yesterday. Why can you not get the detail?
It not just happened yesterday. It happened yesterday morning, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you had all day to come up with a set of questions you could have called and say, hey, not for nothing, what's up with the bridge strike?
I would almost be willing to allow you to make up a story about what happened.
Right.
What happened to the bridge.
Like aliens crashed into it. That would have been a hell of a story.
Well, now you're just being ridiculous, Bax.
Oh, am I really?
Yeah.
Am I really? Do you have any idea how much hardware the U.S. government is hiding from us, from different galaxies, different planets? There's at least 5 of them.
I'm glad you brought that up because I keep seeing that guy. He's on all of the documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
He's like I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? He's the guy with the glasses. And
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. He's in that documentary, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
Right.
And he constantly talks about information being released. And he's been doing this for years. But nobody ever actually presents anything that is definitive of what he is talking about, which makes me believe he doesn't really know anything.
Well, it's also possible, Steve, and this is really where things are getting kind of crazy, is that the government, with all of its many secrets, are clamping down on all these things he wants to disclose because there's tens of thousands of documents, pictures, videos, sketches, drawings, film strips, recordings, all kinds of different things that prove that we are not alone in this ever-expanding universe.
Well, just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving.
And revolving at 900 miles an hour.
I wish I could remember the rest
Me
of
too,
the
I
words
love that
right
one.
off the top of the thing. Yeah, I think it's all bullshit, is what it is.
I don't know, Steve. It's a very arrogant point of view to think that we are the only ones in the only form of life in the universe.
But we, as the United States, are the only ones seemingly involved in
Not true. It's the deep state. It's the Bilderberg. That's what it's all about.
the deep state.
The deep, super deep.
Because I don't hear the rest of the world going, holding it. You'd think the aliens only visited the United States?
No, they visited all over the world, but every major government on the planet is in cahoots on this one.
Cahoots.
Cahoots. In fact, I believe that's actually the actual term they're using, Operation Cahoots.
Wow, you just blew my mind.
Didn't I?
Yeah. Hey, despite uncertainty about the future of Springfield Crossing, a new target location is still expected to open there soon. I thought it was already opened.
No, I mean it's practically done. I don't know what the hell they're waiting for, but they're ready to go.
Mayor Dom Dom and other officials have been invited to a preview on Tuesday. Hey, where am I getting my Live, Laugh, Love sign? Open this damn Target already, will you? Where's that sign that says it's not drinking alone if you're drinking with your kitty cat?
I am kind of perplexed as to why it's taken this long to set up the Target. I mean, Hobby Lobby opened up pretty quick. There's a lot of stuff in Hobby Lobby you got to set up. Same thing with the BJ's. I mean, Jesus, BJ's. You got to put all that stuff on the top shelves that you can't have access to. You got to get all those, all the things in the food court ready. You got to get all the free samples ready to go. I don't know why it's taken so long to open up a Target. Psh, please.
I know the BJ's was finished before the rest of the place was finished.
BJ's always comes first.
Shouldn't it always be
well,
that way?
I mean, it doesn't always work out that way. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, you want to maybe sometimes you want to work on the back end first before you build the BJ's.
Yes.
I don't know where we're going with this.
I don't know, but it sounds like it is a thinly veiled conversation.
The new location will employ 150 team members and will feature a food-forward layout with an expanded grocery selection. It will also have a CVS pharmacy, a Starbucks, and an Apple at Target section. Wow. Located at 1655 Boston Road, the new store will have EV charging stations, next-day delivery, and same-day delivery for Target 360 members. All these good things about it, and it's not open. And Mayor Dom Dom's, he's losing it.
I'm sure Mayor Dom Dom is seeking answers.
Before I retire from my public service, my main goal so many years ago was to have a Target built in this very location and up and operating, and I will not back down or retire until this Target is open.
I'll tell you, that's probably like a faster turnaround than say, I'm not retiring until they do something with this empty Sears Auto Center building.
Yeah, right. What are they doing with the empty Sears over there?
That's where America and the Dom Dom family used to shop.
But this is where I wanted to get one of those signs that says it's not a hangover, it's the wine flu.
It'll happen. I'm sure of it.
Well, you think it'll happen, but you never know. 3 people, including 2 juveniles, were arrested after police recovered a handgun with a defaced serial number during the execution of a search warrant at a Southbridge residence. According to the Southbridge Police Department, detectives and officers, assisted by the Mass Environmental Police, Fish Police,
yes,
executed the search warrant Thursday at a home on Elm Street as part of a months-long investigation. During the search, Environmental Canine alerted investigators to an area inside a bedroom where officers recovered a 9mm semi-automatic handgun with a defaced serial number, making it untraceable. Officers also seized a box of 9mm ammunition. The 3 people were taken into custody, a 15-year-old juvenile, a 14-year-old juvenile, and an 18-year-old Chamique Mendez Garcia of Worcester. Police said the 15-year-old was under house arrest at the time of the search warrant after a previous incident involving the possession of 4 firearms. According to the police, the 15-year-old was charged with possession of firearm without an FID card, possession of ammunition without an FID card, and staying up past his bedtime because it was, still a kid. Mendez Garcia was charged with firearms charges. The 14-year-old was also charged with firearm charges. Police said the 15-year-old was held without bail, while the 14-year-old and Mendez Garcia were each held on $10,000 cash bail pending their arraignments. You get them younger.
Yeah, I guess. Want to get them started early. It's the only way. Practice.
Well, I'm thinking my 16-year-old is just learning how to drive a car. I don't know if she's into the defaced serial numbers on the firearms things yet.
Yeah, I don't know your kids all that well. I mean, I've known them, their whole lives, but I don't know them to have really the gumption to start scratching serial numbers off of weapons or, putting together ghost guns.
Ghost guns?
They just don't seem to be those types of kids.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think my kids are either.
Let's see. This whole thing with the FDA and the lettuce.
Yes.
First it was like, no, we found that it came from this Taylor Farms. And then Taylor Farms goes, no, the FDA said that was a false positive. And they apologized. And then last night the FDA comes out and goes, we never said that, and we still suspect that they're the... How does that happen? You're a government agency. You're
Yeah.
the one. How would you let another company come out and go, yeah, they apologize, but they didn't?
I think what you're learning here is nobody knows, and everybody wants to point fingers. Everybody that has unloaded their lower abdominal system wants answers. Like, how did this happen? What did I eat? What was in what I ate? And maybe there's no answers. Maybe you pick something up somewhere, just a little stomach bug. Maybe you touched a dirty doorknob, or somebody failed to socially distance. You don't know.
Touch the dirty doorknob? That sounds like a blumpkin or something like that.
Well, no, I mean, literally, you open up a door, you touch a doorknob in a bathroom, and all of a sudden your hands are contaminated again.
You see those bathrooms with the foot things on the floor? On the
I was in a Marshall's the other day. They had that. I don't know what it is about Marshall's. Marshall's, for whatever reason, my wife loves going to Marshall's, but whenever I go, I always need to use the restroom. I don't know why.
Getting some deals over at Marshall's?
No, I'm usually using the bathroom.
I usually love their sister store, the TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx or Home Goods. It's all one and the same.
You can get some really good deals on some stuff in there.
Yeah, I guess.
I've been getting this soap. It's Dr. Bronner's soap. You ever have that?
No.
It's pretty good soap.
Yeah? What does it smell like?
There's peppermint, eucalyptus.
Uh-huh.
There's all kinds of citrus.
Citrus.
Yeah. It's like a little sample pack.
Well, look at you.
Yeah. It's I feel refreshed.
Well, you do smell very fruity.
Do I smell like a citrus tree?
Like a fruit salad.
Yeah. See, that's what I wanted to do.
Well, mission accomplished.
After a resident recently approached the town of Southwick about the process of burying a person on private property, the town's health director, Kaylin Simmons, learned the process wasn't quick, easy, or inexpensive. Would you bury a family member on your property?
Not unless that was their last wish.
She said, I knew very little about it before we were contacted. She knew one thing: the town's Board of Health has an obligation to ensure the health of the surrounding community. We're trying to balance the respect for a family's wishes, but also do what's required by state regulations to keep our community safe. Most people understand what a traditional burial is. The body is embalmed, placed in a casket, lowered into a grave liner or vault, and then buried. The state allows traditional burials on private property and doesn't require burials to be green. Green burial is considered eco-friendly alternative, allowing the body to decompose naturally. You know, without a casket and all that stuff.
So they just empty the bag and dump you in?
Like a seafood boil. However,
only with less butter.
Right. But both methods must be approved by the Board of Health before the process begins. Simon said that before a family approaches the BOH about a home burial, there is one requirement. The property must be privately owned without a mortgage or lien on it. So
no, that's what Simon said.
Simon says you need to get your property paid off. Okay, without a mortgage or lien on it, but what happens if somebody doesn't pay the taxes? That would, in fact, initiate a lien on the property.
No, you don't, because you didn't say Simon says.
Ah, that's right. I
was waiting for an opening.
Man.
I had to walk right through.
You can't do anything in that town without talking to that lady.
You what?
Simon says you need to get a permit for this. Okay, I got a permit for it. The first is to prepare a site plan as required by the planning board when considering a special permit. The site plan must include the burial plot in relation to the property boundaries with setback distances to all wetlands, ponds, rivers, streams, runoff, and public and private wells in the immediate area shown on the plan. But basically what they're saying is it's too much of a pain in the ass to try to do this yourself.
I would agree.
I don't know. Well, wouldn't think about how much money you could save burying grandma in the backyard.
Yeah, but you got to dig the hole yourself. 6 feet is a lot. I don't know if you ever dug a hole that deep. It's a lot of work.
You get somebody with a tractor to come over.
713, I suppose.
Yeah, and then you can just push it right back in. And then you can plant flowers right above grandma in the backyard.
She would have wanted it that way.
She would have wanted it that way. She was part of nature.
She loved the outdoors.
No casket, no embalming, just natural, eco-friendly decomposing.
Mm-hmm. She'll guilt you into that. Oh, I don't need a casket. It's too expensive. I don't need you to spend all of your money.
Yeah, remember I told you my mother with the gravestone. When she had the gravestone made, she made it for my dad.
Right.
Right, and had his name on it, and his year of birth and year of death.
Yes.
And then on the other side, it was my mother's name with her year of birth, but no year of death. And it was just kind of weird to see, you don't want to
project.
This is where you're going to be.
No,
Eventually.
a lot of family plots do that.
Right, and I said, why did you do that? Because, why wouldn't you just wait until, the end when we know you're going to be there? And then put all the numbers on afterwards. She said, I did that to save you kids money. So it said 1943 dash. And I'm like, could have saved us a little bit more money by putting the 20 there. Then we only had to put two numbers at the end.
Yeah, well, hey, something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. People do that all
1943 is when she was born?
the time. Yeah.
So do you realize that she would have been 3 years old the last time the Red Sox had a 15-game winning streak? Think about that.
My grandfather had a baseball signed by Jimmy Pearsall.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
I think my brother has it now.
Does your brother even know who Jimmy Pearsall is?
I do because I watched that movie about him.
It's a pretty good movie.
What's it called? Strikes Out, Men Out, 8 Men Out, 9 Men Out.
No, that's about the Chicago White Sox.
Was it The Natural?
No. That's with Robert Redford.
What about A League of Their Own?
No. That's about women in baseball.
What about The Rookie?
No. That's with Brendan Fraser.
What about Field of Dreams?
No, that's with Kevin Costner.
What about The Sandlot?
No, that's another baseball movie that is not anything close to the Jimmy Pearsall story.
What about 42?
Nope, that's about Jackie Robinson.
What about, what's the other one? Moneyball.
No, that is about the Oakland A's with Brad Pitt.
I don't know what the name of the movie was.
Well,
I think it was called The Baseball Player That Couldn't Slow Down.
Steve, let me ask you a question. How are we in second place to anyone's demo?
I have no idea. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a chance of some thunder boom booms. That's how we stay number 2. And a high of 76. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 83. It's 65 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagel, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
102 Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:56, and the Eagles of Bax and Nagel on Rock 102.
Thunder boom booms today with a high of 76 and 65 in downtown Springfield.
Rock 102 and Curry Honda Chicopee have teamed up to give you a chance to win a $102 gas card to fuel up your summer. You head over to rock102.com. You enter to win. We'll choose one winner every Friday through December 18th. It's your chance to win a $102 gas card, brought to you by Curry Honda Chicopee, part of the Classic Rock Summer here on Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Fear Strikes Out was the name of the Jimmy Pearsall movie.
Fear Strikes Out. That was the one.
Anthony Perkins was Jimmy Pearsall, and Carl Malden was his father.
Carl Malden. Now, was this before Anthony Perkins killed that nice lady in the shower?
I don't know if it wasn't. What year did Psycho come out?
No, now I got to look it up.
This was 1957. I think Psycho came out first.
You might be
right. 1960.
Yeah.
So it was before he became the owner of that weird motel, the Bates.
Psycho came out in 1960, and the what was the one you said?
It was Fear Strikes Out, 1957.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
A very busy guy.
Oh, Anthony Perkins was a young buck back then.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Many, many ways.
Now, how old would he be if he were alive today?
He never would have made it.
All right. Such a stupid show.
It is.
We got lots more stupidity coming up, though.
Oh, yeah. We're not just stopping here. We're going to continue this until at least 10 o'clock today.
9:30.
Fair enough.
All right.
It's 6:58 on Rock 102.
The following takes place between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch, Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey,
Community Forum. I know it's Steve Nagel.
folks, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the broadcast industry can be a cold-hearted meat grinder loaded with a reckless disregard for financial responsibility or for its people. Of course, that doesn't apply to the wildly intelligent and good-looking people that I work for, but for many others, the broadcast world can be a tough business. How so? Well, get a load of this. Yesterday, ESPN fired football analyst Ryan Clark after 11 years on the job. Ryan, who's a former Pro Bowl, Super Bowl winning safety for the Giants, Steelers, and the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins, was let go in the middle of yesterday's broadcast of NFL Live. They didn't wait until after the show was done. They fired him in the middle of it. It's apparently part of a larger round of cuts by the Disney Corporation, which is ESPN's parent company, much of which are due to the mergers of ESPN and the NFL Network. And since Ryan Clark was making more than $2 million a year, Disney decided to fire him in the middle of a show. Now, you might ask why something like this is happening. Well, in spite of the merger, ESPN has a $2.7 billion contract with the NFL, a $2.6 billion contract with the NBA, a $750 million contract with SEC college football, a $250 million deal with the ACC, a $550 million contract with Major League Baseball, a $400 million contract with the NHL, a $325 million deal with the WWE, and others, including deals with college basketball, the PGA, and the U.S. Open and tennis. And oh yeah, they're also paying $20 million a year for Stephen A. Smith. Money well spent. So is it any wonder that Ryan Clark had to go? I don't think so, because you see, the worldwide leader in sports is also the worldwide leader in laying off staff. Not just guys like Ryan Clark, there'll be plenty of other people who make far less than that, who will soon be making even less than they were before all this. On the other hand, thank goodness Disney has spent nearly $8 billion on all those fat broadcast contracts. Otherwise, they might be seen as financially irresponsible. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Why do you suffer with that leaky garden hose when you could go to Rocky's, get a Smart Flow 50-foot garden hose for only $33 with your Ace Rewards card, or get a 100-footer for $45. The Smart Flow premium garden hose from Rocky's aren't going to spring a leak after a single season. They last. Available now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
High 76 and 65. In downtown Springfield.
Hey, a little bit later on, we'll have Dwayne Betts tickets to give away.
Ooh.
Come to the Hope Center in Springfield. Give you all the details about that. If you don't know anything about the Hope Center, we'll tell you more about that, too.
I know a lot about the No Hope Center.
Yeah, well, you were working on it at 45 Fisher Avenue for 20 years.
Yeah. We went. That place was beautiful.
Yeah, it is now.
Well, first of all, we're going to get into this, the local community forums. You know, the won't you be my neighbor, I guess, if you will. I don't know if that's what we call this or not. But one people have been sending me screenshots, which is exactly what I wanted.
Right.
Was people to alert me to these posts in these local town forums. This one coming from Munson yesterday. Anyone else see a great deal of smoke, perhaps somewhere on Lower Hamden Road?
That is not the one you sent me.
And then the answer is no, nope. Is it by 433? Just drove that way and there's nothing going on. No. So that was a false flag.
Okay, all right.
All right. But now, this one from the Wilbraham Community Forum.
Okay.
The BaxAndNagle players present I Know What You Diss, Barbara A. Well known.
Well, don't leave us hanging.
Gee, damn it, Barbara, what did you do?
Barbara, you got a lot of splaining to do.
One of these days, Barbara, zoom, pow, right to the moon.
You know, these forums should not allow anonymous posters.
Oh, go on.
Tune into Rock 102 Tuesday morning at 7:10 to hear how this plays out.
Gee, damn it, Barbara, what did you do? Oh, wait, this is the same one. This is the same one.
Okay.
Move to the next one.
Okay.
Friggin' Barbara, cut the crap.
What happened, Hoss?
Why anonymous? Barbara won't know who caught her.
Not again, Barbara.
Barbara just can't act right. Shake my head.
Spill it, Barbara!
Nonsense!
Someone take away Grandpa's iPhone. He's being incoherent again.
What did she do?
Barbara, Barbara, Barbara.
Take a deep breath, 2 to 4, and calm down. Where's the other one? I think I missed giving you the screenshot that was one of those flags that says, "Mark safe from Barbara's shenanigans today." I get we can fade the music out. Again, yes, won't you be my neighbor?
Right.
Here we are again with these. First of all, there's smoke to be seen in Munson.
Yeah.
Something's going on with Barbara over in Wilbraham.
I would like to get to the bottom of what Barbara did that was so outrageous.
Why do people?
What?
No context to anything that people put.
Okay, well, but
Is
yeah,
it
but
just
if you're going to get something off your chest, I can't think of a better place than the local forums.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor.
Where are you, Barbara? Where the F are you, Barbara?
You think if Fred Rogers were alive today, he would approve of your local neighborhood community forum?
Could you be mine?
Well, you want to know who's in the neighborhood. Yeah, I want to know if Handyman Negri is screwing people out of contracts. You want to know if Lady Elaine Fairchild is, running some shenanigans behind a dumpster. Say, like behind, I don't know, behind the Target or something.
Mr. McFeely's on the Epstein list.
You please.
Wouldn't be surprised.
His name was Mr. McFeely.
Please won't you?
Anyhow.
It's just it blows my mind to see all the. I think it's just people who want attention, and maybe need somebody to talk to.
I think
like it's a lonely existence where you are. Facebook seems to be your only friend that you need to just randomly spout things off.
But if you're living in Wilbraham, there's places you can go to meet new friends.
Palmer.
There's Palmer. There's the roller rink, right?
Oh yeah,
Interstate 91. That's a great place to meet people. There's a couple of bars and restaurants in town.
Oh, there's 30-something.
Right, there's 30-something.
That's a CVS now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought about that.
I was trying to think of all these closed businesses.
Hey, we hang out at the Meatball Kitchen for a while.
Gregory's. You get Gregory's on Boston Road. State Line potato chips.
Yeah, that's another place you could go to. It's a great place to meet people.
Cumberland Farms. There's plenty of those. There's one. There's one. At least I know
at
of.
least one.
What else is there's all kinds of things to do that you could occupy your time with, rather than spend time on your local community forum spouting off things that people have no idea what you're even talking about.
I assume this must happen. This must be the conversation in someone's mind who initiates these kinds of conversations on a forum. I'm going to get to the bottom of this, and there's no other way to do it but to bother the people that signed up for this forum group.
Well,
and I got to believe answers are right at the taking.
I was talking yesterday. There was a guy on the West Springfield Community Forum talking about how he found some sort of debit card, which wasn't, it was one of those like reloadable debit cards,
right,
with somebody's name on it. So clearly it was, I mean, to me, it seemed like it belonged to a kid.
Right.
Like a parent, I got it for my kid. You put $20 on the card or whatever when they go out to buy food or whatever they're doing with their friends or whatever.
Right.
That's an easier way to do it than handing them cash. But so this guy finds the card on the ground somewhere in a parking lot, and rather than go to a storefront or even go to the police department to drop the card off saying, hey, somebody lost this, you take the extra step to go on the community forum going, I found this in the card. If anybody knows who this person is, DM me directly. No, I'm not. Mm-hmm. That's creepy.
I don't want to say exactly what retail outlet this was, but this, let's say, within the last 12 months or so, I was shopping at a place in Springfield, and as I parked my car, I noticed that when I stepped out of it, there was a hypodermic needle on the ground.
Ooh.
Now, I should have, if I were smart, opened up my phone, gone to the Springfield Community Forum and say, excuse me, does anyone know whose hypodermic needle and vial
Yeah, maybe that's not
this
the best
belongs to?
thing.
Because I really would like to return this to you. You have left your hypodermic needle on the ground.
Look at you.
You may need that at some other point.
You're the white knight of addiction, people who are addicted to things.
Oh, yes, I'm a savior, all right.
I have saved your hypodermic needle that you discarded so carelessly here on the sidewalk.
I mean, you wouldn't want to need your hypodermic needle. Like you're in the middle of the day. It's like, where did I put that needle? I had it this morning when I was shopping at that one place.
Now, are you sure it was like a drug needle, or was it? It could have been like a diabetic.
It could have been. It seemed. I didn't look at the exact gauge.
Yeah.
Of the needle, so it could have been a diabetic thing. It could be more of subcutaneous type of thing. I really don't know, Steve. I didn't pick it up. I didn't think it was probably my business to just pick up and look at it. Maybe lick the tip just to make sure that it's fresh. I did not do that.
You didn't taste test?
No.
To see?
I didn't think it was appropriate.
Well,
not at that place.
Hey, you could have taken them home and had a nice game of lawn darts.
You could have.
Yeah.
Sure.
You pick up found items.
Apparently, you're not supposed to be sharing those things. I don't know where that's coming from, but apparently you're just not.
Yeah,
So
that's how you save money.
Yeah,
You
that's
share the needles.
again,
Yeah.
I could have gotten to the bottom of this had I gone to the Springfield Community Forum on Facebook. Really gotten to some answers.
And put a picture up and says, does this discarded needle belong to anybody?
Because if not, I'm just going to take it.
Yeah. And then I would be the one to comment, rip to your inbox.
That's right.
Because there'd be 1,000 people claiming those things.
That's right.
Hey, that's my needle.
That's my needle.
No, that's my needle.
It's not your needle. That's my needle. I know what needles go into my arms and which ones don't, and that is definitely my needle.
It's all of your needle.
It's a community needle.
Yes.
It's 723 at Rock 102. 731 with Bax and Nagel on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aquapump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagel.
Well, thanks, Bax. Where is this? Where the hell's the?
Right in front of you.
There it is, right there. Okay. Greenfield man has been sentenced to 18 to 20 years in state prison after pleading guilty to voluntary manslaughter in connection with the 2024 death of a Greenfield man. According to the Northwestern DA's office, 44-year-old Taniel Herberger Brown was sentenced Monday in Franklin County Superior Court for the death of 34-year-old Christopher Hairston. According to prosecutors, Greenfield police discovered Hairston's body inside Herberger Brown's Chapman Street apartment in April of 2024 after a neighbor reported a foul odor coming from the residence. Investigators determined Herberger Brown and Hairston were involved in a physical altercation inside the apartment on February 29th of 2024 that resulted in Hairston's death. Prosecutors said Herberger Brown did not seek medical assistance and instead left the victim's body inside the apartment until it was discovered nearly 2 months later. Authorities later arrested Herberger Brown at Albany International Airport. He was originally indicted on a charge of first-degree murder but pleaded guilty to lesser charge of voluntary manslaughter as part of a plea agreement with the Commonwealth. In addition to the manslaughter conviction, Herberger Brown pleaded guilty to malicious destruction of property for damaging his apartment and a communal laundry room. He also pleaded guilty to assault and battery and kidnapping charges involving a separate victim in 2024. Prosecutors said Herberger Brown pinned that victim to the ground and restrained that person against their will. The victim survived and reported the incident to police. I would say locking this person up would probably be a good idea.
It's probably for the best.
Sometimes things don't work out.
Yes.
Yeah. Bay State Wing Hospital has been named the inaugural Forbes Top Hospitals by State 2026. Yay.
Yay, health.
Earning a 4-star rating and recognition as one of the only 15 hospitals in Massachusetts included in the rankings. The list is based on Forbes Top Hospitals 2026 national list and ratings system, which evaluated general acute care hospitals across the United States. Oh, that care is so cute.
It's an adorable thing. I will say, because I've been to Wing a couple of times, I've had nothing but good experiences there.
You're not the only one that's I've heard that from.
I mean, when like in cases like having to go to an emergency room, for example, I find Wing a whole lot easier to deal with than, say, waiting around 15 hours to be seen at another local hospital in Springfield and only to not be seen. Not to drag everybody over to Wings to get in my way. I'm just saying that my experience there has been relatively positive.
See, you're doing what Larry David did by telling everybody the shortcut to get through the valley.
Yeah,
now everybody gets the shortcut. Now everybody's going to be going to Wing, and then next time you have to go there, you're going to be waiting a few hours.
You know what? I realized that halfway through the sentence, and like, what am I doing? I'm extending my hand, I'm showing everybody my hand.
There are things that I don't talk about on this show because I don't want it revealed what I enjoy.
Like what?
I can't tell you.
Sure you can.
No, I
Just
can't.
you and me.
No, there's like certain places I like to go, like a store or things like that I wouldn't want anybody to know about because you don't want it ruined.
Let me guess. The Love Boutique down in Hartford?
Yeah. How did you know?
I've heard stories.
Actually, it's that dirty movie theater down in Hartford.
Oh, yeah, right.
The one that they...
Where you got to be with somebody in order to go to the balcony.
Yeah, or you pay a lot of money to be there.
I'll tell you what. There better be a damn good movie.
Well, does Dallas ring a bell?
Ugh. It's such a trite movie. The acting's unbelievable. They're not even believable. The plot line is substandard. Even the film work I find to be a little distracting.
What about Brunette BJ's 5?
I love the fake jazz in the background. That was my favorite part of that movie.
Was that with Dizzy Gillespie?
Yes.
I want to run a coal train in you.
Again, another great jazz film.
What was that guy name with the fingers? What was his name?
With the fingers?
Oh, no, the cheeks.
Oh, yeah, Dizzy Gillespie.
Yeah, Dizzy Gillespie.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Well,
Well,
I'd like to go there. I'd like to go there again and
Road
again
trip.
and again. But you know what? No, I'm not going to go because you ruined it for me.
Sorry.
Yeah. No more will I be able to go to the Hartford Slop House.
Oh, you'll have to find some other place.
It's been roughly 8 months since the U.S. minted its last penny, and even longer since a shortage left businesses struggling to make exact change to cash-paying customers. A bill passed by the House earlier this month could help relieve some of that confusion. Because when the government creates a problem, they'll create another problem.
That's what they're good at.
Let's
fix it. Let's fix one problem with additional layers of more problems.
The Common Sense Act.
Oh my
Get
God.
it?
CENTS.
Oh
Act?
man, that intern in that senator's office really got a grade A for that one.
That is so true.
Formally ends the production of the penny, which the U.S. has already stopped minting, and it addresses how retailers should give you change when they don't have any pennies in the till. It could also lead to a new nickel. Retailers, large and small, have been notifying customers that exact change is unlikely if paying with cash, but how they pass along what you're owed has varied. Some offered gift cards and freebies, for example. What do you? Here's a gift card for 3 pennies or something like that?
That's ridiculous.
Others have been rounding change or transaction totals. However, that can lead to legal challenges. I would say so, because if you're rounding up, you are supposed to be paying the price that the price is listed on an item. So if the price is $3.99, you get to the thing and they don't have the penny to give back to you. They round it up to $4. The price is what the price. That's violating the price label.
Right, but tax percentages, change things. Other things. You know what? Here's a question I would have had, because I know obviously the cost of making a copper penny is prohibitive. Isn't there another metal we could have used rather than copper? We've certainly changed away from the gold standard for cash.
I think what the ultimate goal here is to make sure that nobody is using cash anymore. They want to be. It's clearly becoming a thing.
Sure.
Electronic funds.
And it makes so much sense since your credit card is charging such outrageous interest rates on everything you buy.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, even if you're not even using a credit card, you're using your ATM card, there's still a fee attached to using those things. A lot of stores build the price already into that.
Right. But you also have the additional protections of a credit card. But you're still going to be paying 15, 18, 20%, depending on what kind of card you got and your annual fees or what have you.
And yet they're still charging you pennies.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Several states and localities have laws that prohibit businesses from rounding cash transactions up or down. The National Association of Convenience Stores said in a letter to the Senate Banking and House Financial Services Committees last year. Part of the problem, Dylan Gian, National Retail Federation Senior Director of Government Relations, previously explained to Nexstar, relates to laws that say those paying with a different form of tender, like a SNAP EBT card, can't be charged differently than a customer paying with cash. Under the Common Sense Act, businesses would be allowed the option to round cash transactions to the nearest nickel. But again, you're paying more. I know everybody. Oh, it's only a couple of pennies, but
add that up over the cost of over the course of a year.
Why do you think that casinos do that whole thing where we're not giving change out anymore?
Because they know you'll spend more of it.
They know, but they also know that if you have a ticket, most gamblers that have a ticket for 46 cents in their hand are probably not going to bother going to the cash cage to wait in line to get the 46 cents, and they probably either just give it to somebody else or they just leave it there. Ipso fatso, you add all that up over time, you're making out pretty good if you're the casino owner.
You know, we discount loose change as being worthless. But, you know, if you ever, I got a jar at home of all the loose change that has fallen off the floor. And, a couple times a year, I'll pick all the change off the floor and put it in the jar.
I pictured you more of a coin purse type of guy.
I'll show you that later.
Yeah.
But, after the course of time, that jar gets loaded with change.
Yeah.
You could have $200 in that thing and not even know it. And you discount the loose change like it's nothing. Well, I got to tell you what, if someone gave me $200, I'd be pretty happy with it. And I got it probably sitting right there in my bedroom.
And it's all pennies.
It could be
Mostly
pennies. Quarters, dimes, nickels.
I think you're going to have to take a trip.
Did I ever tell you that I had a silver dollar collection?
I think you did a couple of times. Did you ever go to that Coinstar thing at the grocery store?
No. I mean, I have, but it's been years since I've gone through that.
I do it every so often. Cash in the change. I don't do it as frequently as I used to because there's not as much change anymore.
I know.
You don't get as much change, and most of the things are electronic.
I'm probably overdue to go to the Coinstar machine, and I'm sure I could probably pay for a car.
I don't know what some comedian that I worked with before, his joke was, how do you tell somebody you ever run into somebody where you're dumping your change into the Coinstar machine, and then people say, well, how are you doing? It's hard to say you're doing well at that point when you're dumping your life savings into the Coinstar machine at the grocery store.
You could make that presumption, but I mean, you're going to walk off with a big bundle of cash in your hands.
Yeah.
So that's not you struggling. That's you walking away with a bunch of loose change.
Well, I think the rest of his act was based around the fact that he, lived in a crappy apartment, yada, yada, yada.
But isn't it perception, though? I mean, I think, a lot of people kind of embarrassed to go to like a bank or a grocery store with a big jar full of coins. But the fact of the matter is that's money in your pocket.
Here's a little story for you. My dad had 2 5-gallon jugs, water jugs, glass ones. That's how old these things were. That were filled to the brim with pennies.
So about 100 pounds each.
100 pounds is more like 1,000. I don't know. It was more than 100 pounds. It was definitely more than 100 pounds. I mean, it's full of water. It's 50.
Right.
It's 50 pounds.
With precious metals.
Yeah.
That's different. Yeah, you might be right.
And there was one time where I had knee surgery and I couldn't do a lot. So I went through all the pennies and separated all the wheat backs from the regular pennies, and then I rolled them all, and I took them in to the SIS Bank. You remember the SIS Bank over on Allen and Cooley Street? Or SIS was all over, but
They're
SIS
everywhere.
There was this particular branch over at Allen and Cooley Street.
Right.
And I walked in there at 17, 18 years old with a duffel bag full of rolled pennies.
Wow.
They hated me.
I don't know why. It's just money. That's it. That's what a bank does.
Yeah, isn't it kind of weird though how like people's perception change about what money is when you actually have to be the one to receive it on the other end?
Yeah. Well, and you're complaining about it?
I'm not complaining about it.
But the bank guy, the bank tellers all
Yeah, the lady used to roll her eyes because I did it several times. It was over the course of several months that I brought in duffel. First of all, it looked like I was bringing some kind of a weapon into the bank, but nobody. Back then, it was a different time.
Yeah, well,
but,
maybe the knit cap that was over your face would probably been a dead giveaway.
Yeah, or the
Reagan mask you had on.
Yeah, the knife in my hand. But yeah, they took all the pennies, which was crazy.
Well, and it was worth it for you.
For me, I wound up, you know how much was in 2 5-gallon jugs? Less the wheat back pennies.
How much?
Like $300.
That's what I'm talking about.
It really wasn't that like profitable.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the embarrassment of doing it? You get $300. It's $300.
It was profitable to me because I didn't even collect those pennies. My dad did.
$300. That's almost a gallon of gas.
Now. Back then, that was 3 gallons of gas.
Right.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today going to see some thunder boom booms with a high of 76. It's 6-7 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagel, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Classic Rock. It's 8:12 and Joan Jett with Bax and Nagel on Rock 102.
Actually, last week at the Weird Al concert, it was I Love Rocky Road, which was one of his classic hits.
I remember that one.
From the early 80s. Back then. Matter of fact, the Weird Al's going to be at Tanglewood tonight. I'm not sure how the weather's going to hold out for that. With the thunder,
I don't know.
Thunder boom booms in the afternoon noons.
Well, it could be a total different weather pattern up in the Berkshires. You just never really know. But still, that'd be very cool to see him do that.
Do you have any collector?
Nope, not once.
Okay, fine.
Never.
Then, all right, that's it. Let's wrap this show up and go home. Zip, pow, zing, zing, out the door and through the snow. There is no snow. But either way.
No. Yes, anyway.
Do you have anything that's like a value, like a collectible item that you're like, oh my God, this would be, or maybe even not worth something to many people, but worth something to you?
I would say the most valuable thing that I own apart from my house would probably be the record collection.
The whole collection.
The entire collection is worth probably quite a lot.
I have one record, Class Clown by George Carlin, which is signed by him.
That's cool.
Which I thought was pretty cool. It's not really worth anything.
That's worth something to you.
Yeah, it's it was inspirational people in my life, and that one I never even got a chance to meet him, but I did get the album snuck backstage at the Symphony Hall all those years ago.
How do you know that he signed it himself and it wasn't somebody with a Sharpie?
Because that great lady that used to run it down there, she got it for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You could trust her, can't you?
I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, anyway, a lightsaber with Luke Skywalker's severed hand from The Empire Strikes Back has sold for $3.75 million at auction.
Wow.
You imagine that?
I mean, listen, if you're a collector of stuff, sometimes the cost of things doesn't even cross your mind. Mm-hmm. It's like, if I had $3 million, I would probably spend it on, would invest it to make perhaps more money or give some away to charity. I wouldn't think, boy, if I had $3 million, I'd get myself a lightsaber and really show that Darth Maul who's boss.
But we are not. But we are not people that have those expendable kind of funds. I would think for $3.75 million, if you just bought that, you probably have a lot more money than $3.5 or $75 million.
Yeah.
Unless that was, that would be a weird thing to blow your life savings on, is the severed hand of Luke Skywalker. Which I'm guessing it's not a real hand.
It's not the real hand. To the best of my knowledge, Mark Hamill walked away from that movie franchise with both hands intact.
Heritage Auctions announced the results of its Hollywood and Entertainment Signature auction on Monday. The lightsaber used on screen by Mark Hamill in the climactic Cloud City fight where Darth Vader declares, "I am your father," in the 1980 Star Wars sequel included a severed hand effects rig used for when Vader sliced it off.
Which is a terrible thing for a father to do. If I had actually cut off an appendage of one of my children's hands, I would be riddled with guilt.
Heritage said the price was the highest ever fetched for a prop used in a Star Wars film. A Wicked Witch of the West hat worn by actor Margaret Hamilton in The Wizard of Oz brought in $550,000 at auction, and the cocoa-colored top hat worn by Gene Wilder went for $350,000 from the Willy Wonka movie.
Damn.
That's a lot.
You wonder sometimes, how does someone obtain this to put this at auction? Was it something that they bought at auction and now they're ready to unload this stuff? There's a wild story that came out yesterday. I don't know if you saw this. A Wilt Chamberlain warm-up jacket, originally worn by Wilt Chamberlain, was found at a Goodwill. Some guy's at a Goodwill. He sees this warm-up jacket that says Chamberlain on the back of it with Lakers colors.
Yeah.
And they bought it at the Goodwill for $3.07. They sold it at auction on Monday, and it sold for $89,000 for something you bought at a Goodwill for $3.07.
That's seemingly. Who would do that, though? Who would drop it off?
Someone who had no idea what they had. One man's treasures, another man's come up.
Yeah, but you kind of wonder, how did that jacket... Yeah, it is. But this smells like R. Kelly's sheets. You have to wonder how that even got to the Goodwill to begin with, and whose closet did it come from, because they obviously took it... They obviously inherited it or attained it some other way.
I think that that sometimes in some families, if someone dies and the kids or grandkids have to sort through all of someone's personal belongings, they don't always know what they're looking at. They don't know what they've got. And it's very possible that maybe a kid had no idea what this was.
Now,
and this person that buys this thing at the Goodwill is this 19-year-old kid named Quinn Brown. 19 years old. He finds this at Goodwill. Next thing you know, he's walking off with almost 90 large in this thing.
Does he know about Wilt Chamberlain at all? Does he know about it?
He probably said, "Hey, Dad, what is this?"
Because Wilt Chamberlain was famously known for not only his athletic abilities, but his abilities to get with the ladies. 20,000 of them, as it was reported.
Yes. When Wilt Chamberlain pronounced that he had been taking it to the rim, he wasn't just talking about basketball.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think that was a bogus claim.
I'm sure I remember when that story came out and trying to do the math. Now, granted, I'm not a math whiz by any stretch of the imagination, but it seemed to be almost physically impossible. He would have had to have had sex with almost 3 people per day.
Yeah, and I'm sure he probably got a lot of tail, if you will, throughout his career. I'm sure there was hundreds of women Maybe even a couple thousand.
I think thousands are possible, but 20,000 is impractical.
That's a little high. My question is, was there any residuals on the jacket that may have indicated that he had been with at least 100 of those 20,000?
I don't know what kind of DNA evidence remains on that jacket. Maybe there's some sort of testing they can do, but I don't know.
What is
exactly.
that stain? Looks like a snail left something there.
No, it's from a meatball sandwich.
You already ate?
Well, that was yesterday.
Yeah, it's crazy how much this stuff goes for, though. Like, how much is this jacket worth, though?
$89,600. He bought it for $3.07.
And I would be the person to go, I'm trading that right in for the cash. I'm going to finding a broker who can do the auction and get the money myself.
Yeah.
Because even if you're taking, how much does the auction house take? 30% probably from something like that?
Probably at least that, 20, 30%.
Yeah. So you still get a good chunk of change for only investing $3 and something cents.
So when you talk about the Star Wars thing, the Luke Skywalker's missing hand, unless you know it's coming from directly from the movie studios, what's to say that it wasn't like sitting in someone's junk drawer for like 20 years?
And can you imagine like being the guy at the movie set place and they're like getting rid of stuff, and the guy's like, "Hey, do you want to take this Luke Skywalker hand home with a lightsaber in it?" Pfft, they ain't thinking to be worth jack squat. And then you turn around and you see this guy who bought it for $3.75 million.
There's a lot of stuff in the movie business that's used over and over again in different films. Like, one prop maybe used like 15 times before it breaks down. But there are certain things that are like single-use types of props that they really can't use it again, or it would be impractical to think, all right, well, what movie could we... Turner and Hooch, we're going to use Luke Skywalker's severed hand.
Yeah.
Hooch is going to be walking around with Luke Skywalker's hand in his mouth, drooling all over it. Chances are that thing just went home with somebody and no one ever said a thing.
You just changed the entire plot line to Turner and Hooch.
I know I did. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that as a hypothetical example.
I mean, you kind of turned it into the Michael Vick documentary.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been a human hand. It would have been a dog foot or a tail or an ear.
Or it could have been somebody who was reaching their hand out to help the poor dog who was in a fight ring.
Yeah, someone was holding on to like a couple $50 bills looking to put it down on the Hooch.
Again, I will ask you, Bax, how did we get here?
These are questions that no one can answer, Steve.
That's right.
It's 8:23 on Rock 102.
Chen Tire listener line says they got to check that Chamberlain jacket for DNBA.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, like DNA.
Yes.
But he's in the NBA.
Right.
I thought that was clever.
That's
somewhat clever.
I wouldn't take that to a $20 dinner and a comedy show.
I got to tell you, a lot of these Facebook posts and social media posts have the best comments from just random people.
Not everybody is a comedian. I think we can all agree with that. But sometimes everyday randos stumble across a great line that you just hold on to forever.
The picture of Mitch McConnell yesterday with the doctor that everybody was saying was like photoshopped.
Yeah.
Now the more you look at it, the more you're like, it does look a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the comments under about him talking about his health, he released a statement about his health, and some guy in the comments goes, "Yeah, he said every word of that. I heard it at the seance."
Those are the exact words he wrote in his will and testament.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
We got news coming up next to Rock 102.
Here's your Western Mass News First Alert Forecast.
A fairly comfortable and cloudier start to our Tuesday. Today will become more humid and we'll have some spotty off and on showers in the first half of the day. Downpours and thunderstorms are more likely after 4 p.m. through about 11 o'clock. Some storms may produce heavy downpours and damaging winds. Otherwise, highs today will be between 74 and 82. Tonight, storms end by midnight, then it's warm and humid, lows between 64 and 70. Tomorrow, we're partly sunny and humid with an isolated storm, highs between 76 and 84. With your Western Mass News First Alert forecast, I'm meteorologist Liam Murphy.
It's time for news brought to you by Geisler's. Tell them you got it at Geisler's. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagel.
Thanks, Bax. Traffic alert. Roadhog. Drivers are heading eastbound on the Mass Turnpike should expect delays during the morning commute today. A crash on the Mass Pike between exit 41 in Westfield and exit 45 in West Springfield is causing heavy delays with only one lane of traffic getting by.
Well, it's not a heavily traveled area.
22 News has contacted the Mass State Police for additional information, and they'll bring you the latest when it becomes available, which I doubt.
Yeah. Didn't you were talking about an accident that happened yesterday. Was it like in Ludlow? You're talking about like a bridge strike? A
bridge got struck.
Right.
But nobody has any information about the bridge strike.
Somebody in the Route 10 Tire listener line gave us a little bit of insight, but I don't know much about it.
Well,
open top scrap metal dump trailer. Something shifted and apparently was sticking up a little too far. Apparently a piece of scrap fell on the highway, and another tractor trailer made contact with that piece of scrap and was on the highway.
Maybe he was delivering the bridge and it ran out of gas.
Maybe you're right.
That's what happens when a guy hits a bridge.
So scrap metal. It sounds like Fred Sanford's truck was involved in this somehow.
Was it playing the? Now, when he hit the bridge, did the driver go, "It's the big one, Elizabeth, I'm coming"?
Yeah, and Grady said, "I told you, Fred, not to overload the truck."
See, isn't it better when we can make up our own story about the news rather than get these pesky details of a story?
I find that news details are so meaningless.
Here's some good news. West Springfield native Chris Torres has officially signed with the Seattle Mariners after being selected in the 16th round of the 2026 MLB draft.
Very nice.
Congratulations. Torres, a left-handed pitcher from the University of South Carolina upstate, announced the signing Sunday in a social media post, writing, "Officially a Seattle Mariner."
That's awesome. And by the way, South Carolina's a heck of a baseball program.
It is.
Yes,
it's
it
one
is.
of the top in the country, isn't it? The Mariners selected Torres with the 490th overall pick. The 21-year-old went 5-4 with a 5.2 ERA in 18 appearances, including 16 starts during his junior season. He struck out 71 batters over the 76 and two-third innings while issuing 32 walks, leading the Spartans in strikeouts. He transferred to USC Upstate after spending his freshman season at Eastern Connecticut State University. Across 3 collegiate seasons, he compiled a 15-13 record with a 5.09 ERA, recording 191 strikeouts and 74 walks over 201 and two-third innings. It's pretty good.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so good for him. It's nice to see a local.
It's nice to see a local guy get picked up. It's also nice to see, I knew some kids in high school that they got drafted.
Yeah.
In my high school, one did see a little bit of action in the bigs.
Yeah.
And it's always cool when someone you know actually gets the call up.
I wonder if this young man has ever listened to us.
There's a possibility that his parents do or grandparents.
Well, somebody, maybe if he was a fan of the show, he could reward us with free tickets to a Seattle Mariners game. Anyone we choose.
Yeah, sure. Right.
Well, that's the whole point of praising somebody who has a local ability and talent. It's not about highlighting their accomplishments. It's what can I get out of this?
Oh, I didn't realize that your own personal entitlement are the things that motivate you the most.
Hey, listen, anybody, I applaud anybody that has wild success outside of the Western Mass area.
Uh-huh.
But I also want to know what's in it for me.
Well, that's a reasonable response, Steve.
Yeah.
See, I don't look at myself as being entitled to much of anything. That's why I'm still here.
No. That's why I feel like I'm entitled to free tickets to a Seattle Mariners game. How many hours of free entertainment have I given this man?
What's the likelihood that if he left a couple of Seattle Mariner tickets at will call for Steve Nagel, that you're going to find yourself all the way out in Seattle to see a game?
I would fly out to Seattle just to get the free tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
You would actually do that?
As long as they're like good seats. I don't want bleacher seats. I want in the box.
Something in the in a loge section, perhaps.
With other rich mariners.
Well, they're they're about to kick off. Well, no, they've already kicked off a homestand against Cincinnati. Then they're on the road. Maybe you can go see the game against the Minnesota Twins on July 31st.
I see. I can do that.
Sure.
Shane Murphy, co-owner of Mrs. Murphy's Donuts, recently took a celebratory flight in a vintage 1942 Boeing Stearman biplane from Barnes Airport. The flight was a thank you gesture arranged by Scott Hepburn, an aviation instructor at Westfield Tech, after Murphy donated refreshments for 150 students at the Academy's graduation a few months ago. Rose Murphy, co-owner of Mrs. Murphy's Donuts and Shane's mother, said it had been a long journey and lots of fun. She added that she was not big on flying, but I'm happy for her. Shane, while excited for the unique experience, acknowledged feeling a little nervous, but it's a great opportunity. I don't know if I'd get in that.
Well, I mean,
It's a vintage plane.
Why not? It's probably no more dangerous than any other plane.
Well,
except it's really old and probably broken down and probably doesn't fly as fast as it used to. And probably not an efficient use of fuel.
Get this bucket of bolts in the air, will you?
The Millennium Falcon was considered to be a piece of garbage too, but yet that could run from here to the next galaxy in 3.6 parsecs.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't real, much like the hand of Luke Skywalker that was sold for $3.75 million.
I don't know. That looked pretty damn real to me.
And speaking of, I did that story not only to, give a little shout out to Mrs. Murphy's Donuts. People love the Mrs. Murphy's Donuts over there in Southwick.
I used to love Mrs. Murphy's Donuts, but I haven't had any in so long, I almost forgot what they tasted like.
Because you're on the other side of the equator now. That's a long drive to go from Hamden all the way to Southwick to get Mrs. Murphy's Donuts.
It's exhausting.
A pickup truck and a piece of automobile history crashed Monday morning in eastern North Carolina, hurting 3 people. You're talking about vintage vehicles?
Mm-hmm.
The crash involved a 1926 Ford Model T and a Chevy pickup truck in Goldsboro. This thing is mangled.
Well, of course.
3 people were taken to a hospital for care, according to officials, but the extent of their injuries was not immediately available. The crash was still under investigation at the time of this article's writing, but they're showing pictures of this the Ford Model T just all mangled up. And the baby seat next to the Model T, is that from the Model T or is that from the pickup truck?
Good question.
I was driving behind. Listen, I get it. You like your classic cars. And I know the irony in me, a man who's now passenger to a 16-year-old who drives below the speed limit and may swerve a little bit back and forth on the road. But I was stuck behind a guy in Westfield last week.
Okay.
Driving one of these classic automobiles. And it's all the way up Montgomery Road. All the way. The guy's going exactly the same route that I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pass anybody on those roads. It's much too dangerous. And it's an older guy and his wife.
They're probably going 15 miles an hour.
Because it can't go any faster than that.
Well, those cars weren't really meant for like highway driving or anything over 35 miles an hour.
No, but should they really be used to go out for a cruise with your honey at 86 years old?
Yeah, well, I mean,
driving through, and I predicted it. I predicted the future. I'm like, they're going to pull into Feeney's ice cream. I swear to God, that's exactly what they did. Come on, honey, let's take the old Model T out. We're going to get some ice cream.
Everybody hop into the old family jalopy. Let's get ourselves a cone.
And sure as shiznit, that's where that guy pulled into. And I had to follow him all the way there. Put an extra 6 more minutes on my time of where I was getting to.
I know when I was a kid, we used to get Rehoboth was a pretty rural town.
Yeah.
And I remember there were times when we get stuck behind a tractor.
Oh, yeah.
It's going like 5 miles an hour because that's as fast as it can go.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the town are like no passing roads, so you're stuck.
I'm a very weird particular person.
That's the rumor.
I can accept somebody driving a tractor down the street because that person is working. That person is trying to get stuff done. Farmers Move America, along with the truck drivers.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're talking about somebody who's, flexing with his classic automobile, driving 20 miles an hour down North Road in Westfield.
Is he wearing the hat with
he
the
was
goggles?
Wearing the hat. Well, he wasn't wearing the goggles, but he was wearing the hat. He was wearing the hat, the little, not the flap. You're talking about the flap hat, right?
The flap, yeah, the driving hat with the driving goggles.
He's wearing one of those brimmed, those. I don't know what they're called. What those hats are called. It's very old timey.
Yeah.
Our boss wears one once in a while. You know what I'm talking about? Like
yeah,
looks kind of like a beret, but it's not.
Little scally caps.
Is that what it's called?
I think that's what it's
scally
called.
cap.
I think.
Yeah, this guy's driving his scally cap. The wife's got the little scarf around her neck.
Yeah.
You gonna take me for ice cream today? Come on, honey. We'll take him down. I'll take you on a smooth ride at 23 miles an hour through the streets of Westfield.
I hear this ice cream joint is the cat's pajamas. Now let's scaddle and get the old 23 skidoo in the little jalopy.
Who wants a banana splits? We can share that because the portion is so large.
Ooh, they have vanilla.
Ooh,
that's a fancy flavor if I've ever heard one.
Vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry.
The three most important classic flavors.
Whoever invented this frozen treat should be given an award.
Now I will pay with this one bright straw penny.
Straw penny. Actually, sir, it's like $9 for the sundae.
Honey, get back in the car. We're going to Friendly's.
where their prep time matches our drive time.
Took us 6 hours to get here. It'll take us 6 hours to get our bill at Friendly's.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be again. It's you're not witnessing it.
No,
out of sight, out of mind. Plausible deniability. I don't know how this animal was taken from wherever it was from and raised however it was raised and deceased however it was deceased.
Yeah.
But it's as long as it's slow roasted and on a smoker,
yep,
I will take it.
See, and I'm the kind of guy that doesn't have a lot of food hangups. If there's something to try, I'm going to try it. And even though it may sound like disgusting, if I try it, I may actually like it. That happened the first time I tried escargot. I thought, oh, my God, I'm going to put a snail in my mouth. Absolutely delicious. Yeah. Grilled octopus.
Yeah.
The first time someone put that in front of me, I'm like, I don't know if I want to try that. But then I tried it, like, oh, my God, I can't believe how delicious this is.
Grilled octopus is
fantastic.
So good. There's a place down in Savannah called Vic's on the River, and they make some of the best grilled octopus I have ever had. It was whatever they marinate it in, and then they grill it, and then they put it on the plate for you. My kids ate it too.
Yeah.
They loved it.
Once you try it, you're like, how have I gone through my entire life never ordering this on a menu?
Isn't that kind of weird though? That we'll have to bring this up tomorrow. I don't want to argue with somebody who's not here.
We've done it before.
Well, I know, but we'll bring up the topic. A person who's so adamantly against eating the young animals will eat eggs.
But eggs aren't fertilized. They're just eggs. If they're fertilized, then now you're talking about something different. But there is.
No.
I think it's a delicacy in Indonesia where they're duck eggs. They have been fertilized, and people eat them as like a street food. And they're kind of roasted, and there's like a little thing going on inside.
A little duckling inside?
And people eat them. And some people swear by them. That's not something I would want to have.
There you go. That's the vision thing. I wouldn't be able to do that just because of the soul of looking at it.
Yeah.
It's
kind of like eating things that are like alive. Like there are certain restaurants that'll serve you, like live seafood that's still flipping and flopping all over the place. I can't do that. That I won't do.
Yeah,
that thing needs to be dead before I put it in my mouth.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
You ever try to eat a live lobster before?
Oh, they put up a hell of a fight.
Oh, they do.
They sure do.
Without those little rubber bands, they're nasty.
They are. I mean, and they'll show you what they're for.
Yeah. You ever think the guy who owns that rubber band company that made $1 million off that idea?
Oh, he really cleaned up.
You know, he was probably struggling. Like, nobody needs rubber bands for anything. Then they started harvesting lobsters, and he's like, "Hey, I got the perfect thing to keep you from getting pinched.
Nice wide ones, too small to use for anything else but that purpose."
Yeah, that was the only thing that he made was those giant, wide, useless rubber bands. And now he's a millionaire.
It takes just one stupid idea. That's all it takes.
But again, going back to eggs, it's still life. You're still eating life.
Well, I know, Steve, but again, there are certain people that will always have a problem with the food they eat. I find that there's no sense in being picky because the world is full of delicious things.
Quail eggs. You ever have a quail egg?
I have had a quail egg.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, they're fine. They taste like eggs to me, but yeah. They're perfectly fine.
Yeah, well, I guess everybody's got their different views, and we will.
And we will make Marty very uncomfortable tomorrow when he gets here.
I will shame him completely tomorrow when he gets here.
Perfect.
Yeah,
it's Bax and Nagel on Rock 102.